Hey guys, and welcome to the Family Fudge. Today I have 4 really tasty lunch ideas to share with you. These lunch ideas were sent to me by some of my awesome subscribers. I think it is super interesting to see all the different things people enjoy for lunch. So if you're looking for some fun lunch ideas, stay tuned. Okay guys, I'm kicking things off today with a lunch idea sent in by Katie. Katie is 42 and she's from California. And for Katie's lunch today, she chose a rainbow theme, which of course you guys probably know I love. Now I've gathered some of my favorite rainbow accessories and now I'm ready to get started. And for Katie's lunch today, I'm gonna go ahead and remove this divider in the lunchbox because I'm gonna need this entire space for what I have planned. But before I get started on that, I do need to go ahead and get the main course in the oven. She requested some of these Morning Star chicken nuggets. They're actually chicken free. That's right, these are vegetarian chicken nuggets. But check it out you guys, these really do just look like regular chicken nuggets. I'm gonna go ahead and add 8 of these little nuggets to my baking pan and then I'll throw them into the oven for about 15 minutes or until they're nice and crispy. Now while those are in the oven, I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the fruits and vegetables, and there's going to be a lot in Katie's lunch. And that's because we're going for a rainbow effect. So for our red color, I'm gonna be adding some apple. To represent orange, I'm gonna be adding some cantaloupe. For yellow, I'm going to be adding some yellow sweet peppers. For green, I'll be adding some celery sticks. And then for blue, of course, I'm going to be adding some blueberries. Now I know you might be wondering, but what about purple? Well, as you can see, I don't have enough room for purple in my lunchbox, so I'm gonna stick with the 5 different colors. There are so many different colors and textures and shapes in here. I think it turned out really good. So now that our chickenless chicken nuggets are done, I can go ahead and add them to our thermos. Now I get asked about this thermos quite often. This is the official Bunches of Lunches thermos. It's available in pink and blue and you can find it on Amazon. Okay guys, now my next step is to throw in some snacks. And for Katie's lunch today, she requested number 1, some rainbow goldfish. I think these are so fun and colorful, perfect for a rainbow themed lunch. And then to go along with the crackers, she also requested some cheese. So instead of just adding regular cheese, I'm gonna go ahead and add some of these cheese stick spirals. Now these look like a regular string cheese, but it's actually a combination of cheddar cheese and mozzarella cheese together. And using my crinkle cutter, I cut the cheese into smaller zigzag shaped pieces. I just think this makes the cheese look a lot more interesting and fun. And then I do want to go ahead and add as many of these colorful picks in here as I can. These are the ones that look like little crayons and they're definitely some of my favorite food picks. So I'm going to go ahead and stick the red one into the cheese, put the orange one into the crackers. Now for Katie's treat today, she requested rainbow chocolate. And this request was kind of tricky. I finally settled on these cosmic brownies because number 1, they do have rainbow sprinkles on top and obviously they're covered in chocolate. Now you guys let me know in the comments down below if you know of any sort of rainbow chocolate treats that are out there, because I would definitely like to find more choices in the future. And then finally, to complete Katie's lunch, I'm going to add some sparkling water. I love sparkling water. For Katie's lunch today, I'm gonna go ahead and add in the grapefruit flavor because that one is definitely my favorite. And there you have it, you guys. There really are so many different ways to create a rainbow themed lunch. And I think this one is a really healthy choice. Next up, I'm going to be making Chantel's lunch. Chantel is from Florida and she is a huge fan of Vampirina. Now if you've never seen Vampirina before, it's actually a really cute cartoon available on the Disney Channel. So for this lunch, I've gathered up all of my Vampirina accessories, but the food itself is not necessarily Vampirina themed. So for Chantel's main course, I'm going to be combining 2 delicious items. Number 1, I'm going to make this yellow rice. Now this yellow rice is actually really easy to make, and that's because the bag that I'm using already has all the seasonings and spices in here. There's things like turmeric and saffron. Those really help to give it the yellow color. And then to go along with the rice, Chantel also requested chicken wings. I'm gonna go ahead and make these boneless wings, and these ones actually have a barbecue sauce on the outside, so they are super tasty. Now this chicken actually comes fully cooked. I just need to pop it into the oven for about 15 minutes or until it's heated through. So now that I have the rice and the chicken ready, I'm going to add both of them to the little thermos section. Then I'm going to add my lid on tight so it can stay nice and warm. For my next step, I'm going to add in a mandarin orange. This just fits perfectly in the back section of the lunchbox. And then to make this extra fun, I'm just going to stick one little food pick in here, and this one has a little bat on the end. It is so cute and perfect for a Vampirina lunch. And then to go along with the orange, I'm also going to be adding in a tiny little piece of corn on the cob. Now I did go ahead and steam this corn so it's nice and tender, and then I sprinkled it with a little bit of salt. Now in this other section of the lunchbox, I'm going to add 2 silicone liners, one for the treat and one for the snack. For her snack, she chose salt and vinegar chips, and these are the extra crispy kettle style ones. So I'm just going to go ahead and open up this bag, and I'm going to put as many of these chips in this section as I can fit. And then for her treat, she requested Scooby snacks. Now I know I've shown these before in videos, but if you're unfamiliar with Scooby snacks, they're actually a graham cracker flavored cookie. These are actually really tasty and my kids love them. So I'm going to go ahead and add these little cookies right in this section. And then finally for Chantel's drink, I'm going to add in some juice with a Vampirina topper. But wait a minute you guys, I accidentally added grape juice. And that's not quite right. For Chantel's drink, she requested apple juice. I'll go ahead and switch that out. Guys, let me know in the comments down below if you're a fan of Vampirina. And you moms out there, if you didn't already know this, the person that plays the dad's voice in Vampirina is actually James Vanderbeek, who was from the show Dawson's Creek. I don't know about you, but I watched like every episode of Dawson's Creek when I was a teen and I loved it. And these days, he's on Dancing with the Stars. And then there you have it. There's everything in Chantel's lunch. This next lunch idea was sent in by Mia. Mia is 12 years old and she's from Washington, D.C. For Mia's lunch today, I'm going to be adding in as many flower accessories as I can. And I even have a few sunflowers on the side here because sunflowers are Mia's favorite. For this lunch, I'm going to start by adding a little bit of non-stick spray to my pan. Next, I'm going to be adding in a very small tortilla. This is just a regular flour tortilla, perfect for putting into a lunchbox. Next, I'm going to add a good amount of shredded cheddar cheese, followed by a couple of tablespoons of taco meat. I'm just going to spread that out as evenly as I can, all over the cheese. Now this would be good just as is. Do want to go ahead and also add just a few little black beans. Then I'm going to top it all off with a little extra cheese. I'm going to place my other tortilla on the top, and when the tortilla on the bottom is nice and browned, I'll go ahead and flip it to the other side. This is smelling so good, you guys. I love quesadillas. So once the quesadilla is browned on both sides, I'm going to remove it, let it cool down just a bit, and then cut it into 4 pieces. So now that that's done, my next step is to add in some melon. This is just a combination of both watermelon and cantaloupe. Now I did plan to add honeydew melon as well, but unfortunately my store didn't have any. So watermelon and cantaloupe it is. And I did go ahead and cut these into flower shapes, perfect for the theme of our flower lunch. Now moving on to the veggies, I'm going to start by slicing up some cucumber, and I'm going to cut these into flower shapes as well. Lots of flowers in today's lunch. So now I'm going to add these cucumbers to the lunchbox, and then I'm also going to be adding in just a few little cherry tomatoes. And I'll add a few little picks just for fun. For Mia's snack, she requested Takis. So I'm just going to add a single bag on the side. And then for her sweet treat, something really special. And I'm not sure I've ever put these in a lunch before, but they are delicious. For Mia's lunch today, she requested cream puffs. Now when I was a kid, these were definitely a special treat. We didn't have them very often, pretty much only for the holidays or for birthdays. And then to go along with our flower theme, I'm going to go ahead and add these really fun flower picks into each little cream puff. And then last but not least, for Mia's drink today, she requested something tropical. So I'm going with tropical fusion drink. And you guys, I decided to add the little troll topper because if you've ever seen the movie Trolls, you'll know that this character's name is Princess Poppy. And poppies totally go with our flower theme. Okay guys, now that brings us to a lunch idea sent in by Annabelle. Annabelle is 13 years old and she's from New York. And can you guys guess the theme of Annabelle's lunch? That's right, she requested Shopkins. Now of course there are so many different Shopkins out there, but my personal favorite is Cookie Cookie. You guys let me know in the comments down below if you have a favorite Shopkins character. Now to start Annabelle's lunch, I'm going to go ahead and remove this little divider piece from the lunchbox, and that's because I'm going to need plenty of space for her main course, which is going to be chocolate chip waffles. These are just store-bought chocolate chip Eggo waffles. Before I add these waffles into the lunchbox, I do want to go ahead and toast them up just a bit. So now, since this is a Shopkins themed lunch, I do want to go ahead and add just a few decorations to this waffle to make it look more like a Shopkins. Now, believe it or not, there are actually several different waffle Shopkins characters, and my favorite is Waffle Sue. And there's also Winston Waffle. So to the front of my waffle, I'm just adding 2 candy eye sprinkles. Then I'm going to add a little smile. Then I'm going to add a little bit to the top of the waffle as well, and a tiny dot for the nose. Not exactly like a Shopkins, but still pretty cute. Now to go along with her waffle, Annabelle also requested a little bit of Cool Whip on the side. So I'm going to go ahead and add just a little bit to this separate container and then move on to her fruit. For Annabelle's lunch today, she requested a combination of mandarin oranges and cotton candy grapes. This is a great combination. And I'm going to add these to the front section of the lunchbox. Now, unfortunately, I don't actually have any Shopkins food picks, but I do have these little guys, which kind of look like Shopkins. So I'll go ahead and add this one to the fruit. For her veggies today, I'm adding just a few little baby carrots. And then for her snack, she requested some baked Lay's potato chips. And for her sweet treat, some Shopkins fruit snacks. These are so cute. They come in these tiny little bags, and of course each little fruit shape looks like a Shopkins character. And then the very last thing for Annabelle's lunch is her drink. She requested some apple juice, and I decided to go with this cute little watermelon Shopkins. Her name is Melanie Pips. And there you have it, guys. I think this lunch turned out super cute. Now, out of all of the lunches this week, let me know which one was your favorite. Now, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it, and hit that red subscribe button if you're new. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.